Hello and welcome to the Worst of Beauty 2024. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Looking forward to New Year's, having a good holiday season, but let's bring things down a notch for a second. This is gonna be an ultimate hater video. If you're not an ultimate hater, you don't have to watch this. Go click on a different video. Thank you so much for clicking on it in the first place, but there's gonna be a lot of negative energy. Also, would just like to preface and say, if you love any of these products, keep using them. This is not a personal attack. This is just these products didn't work for me this year. I know a lot of these products are very beloved by a lot of people. They just didn't work for me, and that's totally fine. You probably hate, despise, and want to burn at the stake products that are my favorites. So there's something for everybody. This doesn't mean these products are absolute trash hot garbage. It just means they didn't work for me. As in every video, I don't know how to finish up an intro, so let's just get right into it. Okay, I'm gonna go makeup and then skincare and then hair care. Those are the three categories. I don't have anything else from any other category, so let's start with makeup. The first worst makeup product of 2024, with a caveat, is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzers. These are... Here's what I'll say about these. The formula is delightful. They are decently blendable, a very soft, creamy press. I do really enjoy the formula of these, but the undertones are gnarly. These were advertised as a very cool tone, kind of pinky toned bronzer, but they are very like orange, apricot, bronze, tanny, which are gorgeous on certain skin tones, just not on mine. These were a very big disappointment because this was probably my most anticipated launch of 2024. I was so excited that someone was coming out with a line of pink toned bronzers, and they even said it, like the pictures looked so pink and they were like, cool tone girlies rise up, in my comments, and I was like, hell yes, let's fucking go. And they're orange. So unfortunately, the whole line didn't work for me just tonally. And they were not what I was expecting. So for that reason, they are in the worst of 2024. But if the tones work for you, the formula is delightful. The blush formula is the same. It's a very, very lovely formula. There's just not a shade in there that wouldn't turn me into an Oompa Loompa. And the second worst makeup product of 2024 is also a bronzer, and that is the Tower 28 Bronzinos. I actually think these got discontinued. And I see why, because this is a highlighter. I'm all for a shimmery bronzer. I love me a shimmery bronzer. This is a kind of deep golden highlight. Hold on. So that's the Tower 28 bronzer, and then this is Becca Champagne Pop. Like, they're the same level of shine. And unfortunately, even if I was going to try and use that as a highlighter, that's not gonna work for me. Because that is not a bronzer. I don't know what that is, but a bronzer it is not. But the formula, it's the Tower 28 cream formula. Very nice, a very good formula. The blush in this packaging was actually in my best of 2024. I wouldn't recommend this. The matte bronzers look fine. The blushes are beautiful. Don't get the Bronzino. Get the Sculptino, I think is what it's called. This one I feel like a lot of you are gonna be on my side with. I feel like influencers with over 1 million followers are not gonna be on my side with this one, but I feel like you will be on my side with this one, and that is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip clicky pens. I don't have one to show you because I decluttered it, because it's so goopy. Even if you tap it, it's still so goopy. I noticed with a lot of clicky pens, when you swipe them, they'll be goopy. But when you tap them, they won't be goopy, they'll just be glossy. That is so goopy no matter what you do. It is goopy, it is stringy, it is terrible. You want something ultra creamy, very shiny, it does do that, but at a cost of goopiness. It makes a mess all over your mouth. It doesn't stay in one spot. You have to be so careful with it, and it's just, who's got the time? So just purely for the texture, would not recommend it at all. I don't understand how they're so beloved. Like, they do look nice, like on camera, I get that. But for practical reasons, like in everyday life, it's so annoying. It's the most annoying lip product I've ever used. And another lip product, the Provence Beauty Lip Oils are probably the worst that I tried in 2024. They are extremely thin. It had no weight to it. It had no volume. It was super thin, similar to the ordinary lip balm, where I felt like I could just feel all that dead skin on my lips. I'm already someone who like picks at my lips like nervously. That's something that I know I need to get better at. So if there is dead skin, I'll pick at it. And so having that dead skin be emphasized by a lip product, and then my lips are bleeding. In terms of texture, if you're looking for a good lip oil, like you want something like the e.l.f. lip oil or the Dior lip oil, like something a little bit thicker, I wouldn't recommend the Provence Beauty because it's not sticky, but it also leaves your lips in like 5 minutes. This next one I am anticipating to see in a few people's worst of 2024 video, and that is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This was just so difficult to work with, and that really is the biggest thing. This is one of those foundations that looks better the longer you wear it. So if you need something to look really beautiful and fresh by the end of the day, this is what to go for. But If you want it to look good now, I wouldn't even recommend it. It's a little bit difficult to work with. It sets down really quickly. And so if you want to get a good amount of coverage, you need to apply a lot at once and blend it out very quickly, because if you work in layers, it picks up and it gets patchy. It's really not my favorite formula. I find it a little bit difficult to blend and to get it on. Once it's on, it will look really great throughout the day, but just the difficulty of working with it prevents me from reaching for this, and I don't want to. It does emphasize dry patches if you are someone who has very dry skin. Just because of how finicky this foundation is, it is my least favorite. This one may ruffle some feathers, and that is the Makeup by Mario Master Neutrals eyeshadow palette. I personally don't have it because I returned it because this had no pigment whatsoever. I would build it up, and I just felt like no matter what, like I was picking it up with my brush and nothing was depositing on me. I was like, if this isn't showing up on me, this isn't showing up on anybody. I felt like they weren't as blendable as they could be, and it was really hard to get a good amount of pigment. And so unfortunately for me, it was just a complete pass. Like, I don't like to return things that often. I returned that eyeshadow palette because it was expensive, and I was like, for a product that is essentially defective, no. So I know a lot of people do really love that product, and it is probably going to be in a lot of people's favorites of 2024. I don't understand it. That's one that I just can't wrap my brain around. Didn't work for me at all. That is one that I think the product was just bad. The last makeup least favorites of 2024 are the lip liners from the Creme shop. These just have absolutely no longevity whatsoever. And also this shade, you can see it's a very deep purple, and the tip like gets like this, but then if you like swatch it, then like that white part comes off. I don't know why it looks like a cheese rind. I don't know why it does that. It's a little bit off-putting. I don't know if it's like oxidization, but also these just have no longevity, no staying capacity on the lips. As soon as you put a gloss on, or as soon as you like go to talk, they're just gone. They have absolutely no longevity, and so like for that purpose, what's the point? Most things in this video I will have a good thing to say about. I don't have a single good thing to say about these. Now let's move into skincare, and I'm gonna start this off very controversial. This is the Caudalie Vinoperfect Serum. This is just a mini sample, and you can see I haven't even finished it because this broke me out more than anything I've ever used in my whole life. Oh my God. My skin was destroyed by this. It took months to get my skin back to normal after trying this. I used this for almost 3 weeks. I literally couldn't continue. I was like, this isn't just purging, like this is so bad. My skin looked terrible. I had breakouts in places I'd never had breakouts before. Truly, like the worst damage to my skin was from this serum that so many people love. Oh my God, I wish that this worked for me because the success stories that I see from this serum are out of this world, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. It is by far the worst thing that I put on my skin in 2024. And the next one was also like a crazy overhyped kind of TikTok viral product as well. And this was the Mixsoon Bean Essence. This Mixsoon did send to me, and I was like, ooh, yay, I'm so excited. Like everyone's talking about this. It did nothing. And if it did anything, it gave me little bumps on my skin. And like the texture is nice. It's like a really nice, like that kind of stringy, gooey texture. So it is fun, but in terms of like efficacy, it really didn't do anything. And like I said, if anything, it made my skin worse because it gave me like those little bumps that went away when I stopped using it. It had a really big viral moment. I was super excited about it, very, very hyped by all the girls on TikTok. And so I was like, yes, I'm so excited. And I really like the eye cream from Mixsoon, but this bean essence just didn't do anything positive for my skin, unfortunately. I know a lot of people really love this, so if you really love this, keep using it. I'm so glad it works for you. I'm actually jealous that it works for you. I wish it worked for me. I have 2 lip balms to talk about. The first one is also getting an extra special award, and that is the worst packaging of 2024, and that is the Byoma Liptide Lip Mask, because no matter how you store this, sideways, upright, upside down, freaking in a water bath, it leaks everywhere. The entire component is sticky. It's all gooey up in there as well. Like the stopper is too big, and so it lets product out, and it's not a good time. Also, the product itself, I was really excited for this because I thought this was gonna be like a dupe for the experiment because it also exfoliates as well. And I just find that if anything, this irritated my lips. It didn't really make my lips feel better, but I would notice with consistent use, my lips would get a little bit irritated. So I don't know if that was from over exfoliation or that's just the formulation of the lip balm. I was highly excited about this and then highly disappointed by it. Can you tell a theme in this video? I feel like maybe this isn't the worst of 24. This is just like the biggest soul crushing disappointments of 2024. All the things I was so excited about that ended up just not working for me. I feel like that's what this video really is. The other lip balm that is the worst lip balm of 2024 is the Ordinary Squalane and Amino Acids lip balm. This, it's fine. It's not great. It has like a weird, almost like a lotiony texture. If you can see it, it's like white and creamy. It feels extremely thin on the lips. It disappears. You get maybe like an hour wear out of this, so it's not great. It's not my favorite, but it does feel like a lotion on the hand and on the lips. It's very strange. I've never had a lip balm that feels like that. It feels like a mix between like a ointment and a lotion. Very unique, very strange, but ultimately at the end of the day, I didn't find that it does that much for my lips. Even in the bag that I keep it in, I always bring another lip balm with me, so that way I don't have to use this, and I feel like that's very telling. Have you ever had the experience where you put something on your lips and then you can kind of just like feel all the dead skin on your lips that you didn't know was there before, but like it's all kind of like peeking over top of the product? Please tell me you know what I'm talking about, because I do not have a better way to describe it, but that's what happens with this lip balm. I didn't really know where to put this product, so I put it in skincare because it's like, it's a cleanser, it's a brush cleanser. This is the Ulta Beauty Collection brush cleanser, and as you can see, I can't even really use it up. My favorite makeup brush cleaner of all time is Dove Original Bar Soap. That does the best job, gets it really clean, does a good job conditioning my brushes. I have never had an issue with that, getting my brushes as clean as I need them to be. This didn't clean for shit. Oh my god, it literally, it smells nice. Like, it smells really yummy, I will give it that. But in terms of cleaning, I really feel like it just kind of put a film on my brushes and didn't clean them. I thought I had brushes that were like permanently stained with foundation and things. And then when I just put this down and grabbed my Dove bar soap again, I was like, oh wait, no, they are still white. This just didn't get anything off any brush. I was basically just using dirty brushes for months. I do not recommend this. This is quite possibly the worst brush cleaner ever I've ever used on my brushes. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash on this one, and that is the Tree Hut Shave Oil. That just didn't work for me. Technically body care. I guess that's the only body care thing we have in here. I didn't find that it was really that great. I will agree that afterwards I felt like I didn't need to moisturize my legs when I got out of the shower, so it had that going for it, but I'm someone who gets pretty bad razor burn if I don't use like the right products, and that just, unfortunately, I did get razor burn every time that I would use it. I don't have it with me because I did use it up earlier in the year, but I did not repurchase one, and I probably never will. My favorite shaving creams are, I like the Skintimate sensitive skin one with aloe, and I like just like a good rich hair conditioner. Right now I'm using an Herbal Essences conditioner just on my legs and then shaving with that, and I'm not having any issues with razor burn. Unfortunately, the Tree Hut Shave Oils, if you are someone who gets razor burn, I wouldn't recommend it as someone who gets razor burn. This one is gonna rustle some feathers, and it's the color Wow DreamCoat. This did absolutely butt fuck nothing for my hair. Literally did nothing. I noticed no difference in my hair. And along with this is the Glaze Mirrorglaze 4-in-1 Super Sleek Shine Spray, because it's the exact same product, like the exact same formulation. It does the exact same things for my hair, which was basically nothing. I will maybe a little bit. At the end of the day, these didn't have results that I think are worth, you know, spending especially this much money. If you're gonna get one, I would definitely recommend the Glaze because it's like half the price of the color Wow. But that being said, the scent is awful. It's very floral. I don't like floral scents. I love really yummy scents. They have their Bond Repair mask. They changed the scent. Everything in Glaze's line smells like this, but they changed the scent of that, and that's their newest product. And I really think that I had something to do with that, because I had a few videos go pretty viral talking about how much I didn't like the scent of the products. And then in a few months later, that comes out and it smells like delicious cinnamon buns. So I like to think that I made that happen. So if you're gonna get one of them, if you don't mind floral scents, I would get the Glaze. I wouldn't spend your money on the color Wow because they do the exact same thing, same active ingredients, same product. They just didn't really work that well for my hair personally. And I know it worked for your hair. I know it did. And I'm jealous, okay? I'm so jealous. This works for literally everybody, just not me. And the last worst product of 2024 is the Joico Heat Hero Glossing Thermal Protector. This is their aerosol heat protectant that is meant to be on dry hair. I got this because it said glossing, and I am obsessed with shiny hair. I love hair gloss. I want the shiniest, most fertile looking hair in the land, but unfortunately this is not good. It does gloss, I will give it that. Your hair gets a lot of shine from this. This is a really great shine spray if you're looking for that. However, it just feels like there's so much like hairspray in your hair, and especially because this is supposed to be used before heat styling, I feel like my iron is like getting stuck on it. It also smells terrible. Leaves a really big cloud of product that you're like choking on in the bathroom, which is just not a good experience. The entire experience of using this is terrible. The feeling in my hair is terrible. It does give you that gloss-like shine, so I'll give it points for that. It does gloss. It's just not worth it. It is like kind of mid-range. It's $24, I believe, and my favorite dry hair heat protectant is the Living Proof, which is $32, so it's a pretty big jump in price. However, for the experience of using it and for how it makes my hair feel, actually another heat protectant, and that is the Bed Head heat protectant. I don't remember what it's called, but it's in a red bottle with a blue cap. I'll put a picture on the screen because I did reluctantly use it up. I bought this to travel with, and honestly, it was just terrible. I don't think it did a damn thing for my hair, truly. I don't think it protected it, and it didn't make my hair feel good. It smelled like candy, so I'll give it that. It smelled delicious. And I'm sorry I don't have more in-depth detail for you than that. I felt like all of my ends were split. I felt like I was getting a lot more heat damage when using that heat protectant than I do when using other heat protectants. Like, my hair felt worse from using it. And that is all of the worst products, in my opinion, of 2024. Let me know your opinion on any of these. Have you tried any of these? Are some of these your favorites? I'm sure some of them are, and for that, I sincerely apologize that I didn't like them, but if they work for you, keep using them. If you love them, I'm jealous. Also, let me know if you also hated some of these products, because some of these I have a very strong disdain for and I would love to talk about in the comments. Please let me know what your favorites and your worst favorites are. Worst favorites, least favorites. What were the worst products that you tried this year? I want to know. I want to know what to avoid. Please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.